We've got a classic case of that in Western Australia at the moment, where the WA police have been issuing disqualification letters to registered firearm owners.
Oh, yes.
And these letters, these disqualification letters, have been found by Western Australia's State Administrative Tribunal to have been done without power. In other words, the prospective law has not yet started, and yet WA police are acting as if the new law has already started. State Administrative Tribunal have obviously said you can't do that. Now, the concern for me, Joel, is that I raised this with the Police Commissioner and the relevant ministers in a parliamentary hearing during budget estimates in June of this year. I referred to it as them rolling the dice on the rule of law. And yet they've done that anyway. The tribunal has exposed what they've done. And then this week in Parliament, when I've asked the government about it, including the Attorney General, they just shrug their shoulders and say, I specifically asked the Attorney General, so are you going to refer this incident of police misconduct to the Corruption and Crime Commission for their investigation? That's the whole purpose of having Corruption and Crime Commission, to look into police misconduct. They're applying the law even though they know that it doesn't exist. The Attorney General's answer in Parliament, no, I won't refer it. This is not good enough, and this happens time and time again. So whether it's a case of some misbehaviour, misconduct in the voice referendum, this instance in Western Australia with regard to disqualification letters on firearms, I mean, they're just two of many examples. An investigation needs to be done by the proper authorities, and it's not okay for leaders to simply go, no, we're not going to do that, and change the subject.
Yeah, and it's shocking how few people know about this, because they were sort of, at the time, they were reveling in the voice win. They didn't realise. But yeah, we need a free and fair press to get these things out. I mean, I don't know what you did to offend the West Australian newspaper, but they just seem like they really like you, you know? They just always, they're like, if they ever need content, they just got like a dartboard in their office of Nick Goran. You know, I don't know, but can you explain that to me, why they're not big fans of you? Because I'm not a fan of them either.
Look, there's no explanation's ever been provided to me. So what I'm about to say is just, my educated guess, my speculation. I think, Joel, you've been observing politics for a very long time. You would know that any hard conservative voice is guaranteed to be attacked by mainstream media, right? I mean, when does that not happen? And so in Western Australia, I guess they have been the necessary ingredients, with my style of politics being, if you're going to go for something, then you've got to follow it through to the nth degree. You don't take up issues and leave them half finished. This is what too many parliamentarians do. You've got to persevere in every single issue that you take up until you get a comprehensive answer. Yeah. None of this yes minister answer nonsense, which happens all the time from public servants and ministers. So I think some people in the mainstream media, they don't like that. They don't like it when a conservative does it and doesn't stop. So look, my attitude is I just try to communicate to people outside the mainstream options. My weekly newsletter that goes out is now going to 96,000 Western Australians every Friday, 6:15. So we just go around them. We just talk to people direct. That's building and building from a standing start 2 years ago. And obviously it's working because people are sticking with it and it's growing.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the unique things, I love following the freedom movements in the Five Eyes countries, New Zealand, Canada, the US and the UK. But one of the really unique things we got out of the UK was the Light Australia newspaper. The UK started it off, but it was the Light Australia newspaper was kicked off out of WA. And I know the people of WA are very proud of this, which is why I'm really excited working with that awesome bunch of people over there. But we need a free and fair press to call this stuff out, because if the mainstream media won't, but if they see that eyeballs are being drawn to a certain topic, like the misinformation bill, or like something like this with election malfeasance, they will be like, oh, the money, advertisers, readership, okay, I'm going to go in that direction. But we're also seeing the rise of alternative media and also your own following as well. I mean, you've got many people that subscribe to your email list. They want to hear from you directly. It's a bit like with Trump. People went and followed him in 2016 to follow his Twitter feed. But this is the sort of stories we're not seeing. And I do want
that's right.
A lot of people, I want to play this video because people forget. People forget these things, and I think it's important to remind them that this is exactly what went on election day, on the referendum day, with Alec Dumidji talking to his mother. He sent me this video because I'd interviewed him, and he said, "Joel, I need you to get this out. This is nuts." And he's a very trustworthy guy. Check this out, guys.
Good morning, Mum. What did you just ring me for?
I'm just ringing you, why are we voting yes? Because I see a lot of Aboriginal people on TV got yeses on their t-shirt. That's the reason why I rang you, to ask you what I'm going to vote, yes or no.
Okay.
We doesn't really know what are we voting for.
So what do the people tell you in Dumidji that you're voting for?
For someone to be in a Parliament House like Neville Bonner, which I seen on TV last week.
Yeah, well, Neville Bonner was a senator, Mum. He was a senator in the Senate. So they're misinforming you and basically misguiding you with lies and mistruths. So when you go up today to the voting pool there in Dumidji, you're ringing from Dumidji right now?
Yes, I'm in Dumidji. I'm ready. I'm all dressed to go up to vote right now.
Now, will you vote no? Because they're lying to you. They're not giving you the full information behind why you're voting yes. You understand?
Yeah, no one doesn't even know, even in Dumidji, why they're voting.
You tell all of our family, all the Dumidji family and all the George family, they all need to vote no.
Okay, yeah.
What else did they say to you?
Oh, well, they just said to you, come and vote for referendum. I don't even know what that big word is. You know, referendum.
Yep. And this is the problem with the way they've consulted. They haven't gone around and consulted all of our people, and they haven't informed our people properly. So what they're doing is they're rushing through a vote to recognise Aboriginal people on their constitution. The Australian Constitution is a rule book and the law book of this land. Now, for us to be recognised on there, we actually need to negotiate a treaty. A treaty is the proper way forward because there needs to be consequences paid for the injustice and the crimes of stolen land and years of stolen wealth from our country, just like what the Queensland government did with you with your stolen wages. You understand?
Yeah, I'm sitting at an Ark Damien where you're going, your brother.
Well,
Damien!
You tell all our family, including Brother Damien, everyone, to vote no, okay?
Rushing up the road, not to go and vote. Yeah.
You just say, I spoke to my son, and if anybody at that polling booth try and convince you to vote yes, you ring me while you're there. You say, this is my son, Alec Dumidji, and he'll tell you the reasoning behind this, and you're not telling us the whole truth.
All right, yeah.
I've got to dig up another video. There's another video where they're actually recalling the story of them going up, and the electoral workers actually saying, no, this is to help get more Aboriginal voices into Parliament. And it's like, they're not meant to tell you that.
Yeah.
That, I don't want to play the full video. There's other videos as well.
Sure.
But I hope you enjoyed that particular clip. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video, get it out there. We've got to break the echo chamber. But also, if you're trying to get a hold of me a little bit more directly, I have actually a whole membership group of people on Buy Me a Coffee. It's kind of a overrated eyebrow club that I've formed. You guys know how much I love eyebrows. If you click the link in my description or if you click the link in my bio, you will actually see a link to join the Buy Me a Coffee family that I'm building. I want to be able to share more with you guys as to what are my plans ahead of the election, what are my raw and uncensored predictions for the elections and the various bills going through the parliaments. But also, I want to hear from you guys. What are the big tools that you want to see to help you meander through the craziness that will be 2025? And what advice do you have for me? What do you think the biggest issues are? Some of the best projects I've come up with have been from your ideas. The How to Vote cards, the LGBT book registry, the reparations calculator. These are all things that you guys, from chatting with you, have inspired in me to form and make. I just happen to have the means to do it. But I want to actually, be walking around with both eyes open as to what's going on in this country. And the best way to do that is through you. It's through family. And I think that's why they try to destroy the family unit in this country. If you want to join the club, click the link in my description, click the link in my bio, Join the family. There's 3 different eyebrow tiers, bronze, silver, and gold. You don't have to go for the gold one. The bronze one is really good. We're going to be chatting monthly on a Zoom together. We're going to be chatting about what's going on in this country, and I'm going to be able to hear about what's going on in your lives, what you guys need, and where you see things going. And I can be a little bit more raw with you and let's just say swear a little bit more, which I really want to do. I'll see you guys later. God bless you. Thank you again for your support, and I'll see you in 2025.